Hey everyone, my name is Nolan and welcome back to another Pixel Gun 3D Top 20 video. Today we'll be counting down the top 20 snipers for Pixel Gun 3D. If you guys want to see more top 20 videos from me, do not forget to smash the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you guys don't miss a video from me, because this time through I don't think I'm going to do these weekly because I'm going to go back to college and my schedule is going to get a bit wonky, so we'll just kind of make these videos when I can. So yeah, we can just jump into this list right now, but I have to get some things out of the way that I know people are just going to skip over anyways and proceed to leave comments on. So for this video, we're just going to pretend like X mods don't exist, because people will say, oh, well, this weapon's really good with X modules. Oh, yeah, well, so is any weapon with X modules, and there's only one weapon on this list that will one-shot without level X modules, and even with my level 9 modules, these weapons do not one-shot all the time. So I'm not going based on raw damage, I'm going based on performance and how the weapon will actually perform, and can you win with it, yada yada yada. Is it good in different loadouts? Is it good in different playstyles? We're taking all that into account, not just damage. So yeah, with all that out of the way, I think that I've probably clarified everything. So yeah, we can just jump into the video. So an honorable mention I want to get out of the way is Laser Carbine. This weapon is very good, honestly. You can get it with 1,000 coupons right now, which is why I think it's so heavily underrated. And essentially, this is a no delay sniper, meaning you can use it with any 3-cat loadout you want. It has a base damage of 129 and a headshot damage of 189. So it is always, no matter what, going to be a 2-shot, which is pretty nice. And honestly, guys, unless you have level 10 modules, a lot of your snipers are going to be 2-shot anyways. So I mean, if you have level 10 modules, again, you can like disregard anything I have to say about this weapon, but otherwise, I mean, might as well go with a no delay sniper to like make your 3-cat loadout more versatile. Alright, also before I get into the actual list, I just want to say I am completely ready for the smoke on this list. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for all the hate comments I'm about to get, but let's get into it. Number 20, Sakura. I already know I'm gonna get so flamed for saying this, but yes, the last weapon on this list is Sakura. And believe it or not, guys, this is the lowest damage sniper on this list so far. So there's something right there. This has the lowest damage out of every single weapon on this list. So yeah, I personally, guys, do not like critical weapons that much, because I don't like leaving my weapon performance up to chance. People will say, yeah, it will one shot with critical, but you have to get a critical shot, which only happens sometimes. So it's like, well, I don't know, you might be in a 1v1 situation where you need a one-shot and it just doesn't, and I just don't like leaving it up to chance. So other than that, it's nothing too special. It has X-ray, which is nice, but its damage is again the lowest, and there are plenty of other 143 base damage critical snipers. So for that reason, it's just kind of mid-tier based on this list. Speaking of critical snipers, next up is going to be Royal Cobra Spear, which has a base damage of 145 and then an extra 29 poison damage. So already it's going to do way more damage than Sakura, so might as well go with this weapon, because it has, I don't think it has more ammo, but it just has more damage and a higher chance to one-shot. So yeah, there we go. Next up is going to be Laser Cat, which has a base damage of 142 and then an extra 43 burning damage. So that's going to be pretty dang good. And you guys may be thinking, well, that's kind of mid-tier too, and you're right, it is. The reason why this weapon is on this list is because of the fact that it has no input delay whatsoever, making it pretty dang good for 3-cat, because a lot of people like to use Thunderer or Viking or Ultimatum, and then you have to like switch back to special or something to negate delay. But with Laser Cat Rifle, you don't need to do that. You can just switch right to the sniper and get some kills with that. Next up on this list is going to be Pasta Sniper, and here we go, another 143 base damage critical damage sniper. But the reason why I'm putting this weapon higher than Sakura is because the critical is guaranteed on the first shot of your magazine. So if you're in like team strike or duels, you're going to be able to hit critical shots like almost all the time, meaning that this weapon can one-shot quite a dang bit. Also, on top of that, it has healing after reloading. Okay, it says healing while reloading. That's not true. It's healing after reloading. So once you reload, you get your entire health back, which is very good. And so basically, when I use this weapon, I like to reload after every shot, which is super inefficient in maps like pool or deathmatch or team fight, but can be very, very good in duels and team strike. I'm sorry I can't talk today. I'm still sick if you guys can't tell. But yeah, so basically this weapon is kind of low on the list because it's very circumstantial, but you guys could definitely like move this up on the list if you're like duels players or team strike players, because it's honestly pretty dang good for those game modes. Next up is going to be Dark Deer Bow, which has a base damage of 200 at max charge, which is pretty dang good. It's going to one-shot all the time, full charge, which is very nice. And here, this brings me to my next point I want to like really quickly talk about. So earlier I said I'm ranking these based on performance, and as you guys may know, Dark Deer Bow has a different performance basis than every other sniper we've talked about. Every sniper we've talked about so far has been basically strictly 3-cat oriented. Sure, you could spam with them, but then again, like I said earlier, I would rather spam with a weapon like Laser Carbine that has more ammo and faster fire rate, where you're still gonna two-shot anyway. So I mean, I guess like some critical, but whatever. So basically, Dark Deer Bow is a spamming sniper, so you're going to only want to use this weapon specifically, and just based on that, using this weapon alone, it's gonna put it at number 16. If that does that make sense? So if you're just using snipers for spamming, this is where it goes on the top 20 list. I know that's super confusing, but let's just move on. Next up is going to be Masterpiece Musket, and I know a lot of you guys might be kind of bummed to see this weapon so low, but the major caveat that I want to talk about with this weapon is the fact that you have to upgrade it to Mythical if you really want it to start performing good. What you guys will notice about the gameplay in the background is even at Mythical with, I believe, level 8 modules, I'm pretty sure if they're kinetic, it's level 8, yes, but what you guys will notice is it still doesn't one-shot unless I'm like right next to the guy. So for that reason, a lot of people like this weapon because it's a one-shot sniper, but it still just doesn't one-shot for me all the time. So it's still a very good sniper, don't get me wrong. Like being number 15 out of the hundreds of snipers there are is still pretty dang good, but still I just don't feel like it's worthy of being like the #1 sniper. It's pretty good, but it just does not one-shot nearly enough for me to rank it high on this list. I mean, it is a shotgun, so let me clarify that. It is a shotgun. You have to be close to people. Next up is going to be One Shot, and honestly, I don't like this weapon at all. I hate it so much. People like to up-talk this weapon so much, but it has a base damage of 196 at Mythical. Again, you have to upgrade it to Mythical, and it still just does not one-shot all the time, dude. Even with my level 7+ modules, it will not one-shot all the time, and I don't get that. How does it not one-shot body shot all the time? It has a super slow fire rate and it has 4 capacity. So I don't get how it doesn't one-shot all the time, but it just doesn't. And so for that like you need like X modules for it to one-shot all the time. Maybe level 9 modules. And so I'm like, it goes down on the list. I just don't care. I'm ready for the smoke on this. Next up is going to be Anti-Hero Rifle. Again, this is another weapon. You know, the next couple of weapons are going to be legendary based weapons that you have to upgrade to Mythical to get maximum performance. And yeah, this weapon, again, it's pretty decent. A lot of people really like this weapon because at Mythical with level 10 modules, it one-shots, which is nice. Like, it one-shots 100% of the time. But again, with no X modules, it will not one-shot all the time. So your gameplay is going to be pretty iffy, but if you guys don't have the anti-champion, did I call this anti-champion? I hope I said anti-hero rifle, because it's anti-hero rifle. It's basically just a weaker anti-champion rifle. So there you go. That's the best way to describe it. Next up is going to be Dance Rifle. Again, legendary, upgraded to Mythical for maximum performance, yada yada yada. This weapon is actually pretty dang good for spamming. A lot of people might use this with 3-cat, but me personally, I use this with spamming because it has a fast fire rate, it has area damage, which makes it easy to hit shots, and it gives extra points for kills. So using this weapon to get points will definitely win you a lot of games, and honestly, that makes it pretty dang good. So this weapon, pretty good for whatever you want to use it for, and yeah, I feel like it's pretty decent. Mine's Mythical, by the way. Next up is going to be Prototype S. This is also a legendary sniper. The gameplay in the background is going to be legendary. Probably should have clarified that with anti-hero rifle as well. So again, a lot of people like this weapon because once you upgrade it to mythical, it will one-shot guaranteed with X mods. But yeah, so its base damage is 161, which is actually like really high as far as snipers go. So this is a very, very good high damage sniper. And on top of that, it's got a pretty decent fire rate and capacity. So yeah, for 3Cat, it's going to be a pretty good sniper. Next up is going to be a sniper that might surprise a lot of you guys, and it's going to be Sentence. And it has 148 base damage, so already it's slightly above that mark of 143. But on top of that, it also has 45 burning damage. So with decent level modules like mine, it will one-shot quite a bit, which is nice. Yeah, on top of that, it's just kind of decent for 3Cat. It's got blinding, which is nice, and yeah, I just feel like this sniper is honestly kind of underrated, and it does perform pretty dang well. Next up is going to be Moon Hunter Bow. This has a max damage of 240 at max charge, which is pretty dang good. And really quickly, I just want to stop and talk about this weapon to clarify my point with X modules. So this weapon is a one-shot travel time, charge time sniper. So a lot of people might be like, okay, well, you have to charge it and you have travel time. But here's the thing, with X mods, you have to charge this like maybe half of the way for it to one-shot, which is like an insanely fast fire rate. On top of that, you get the acceleration after killing, so it's like, my point is, X modules make your damage for your sniper so high that like even the default sniper is good. So it's like, you can't say that level X modules make the sniper good because they make every sniper good. So if it's good without level X modules, which this sniper is, then it's just going to be good overall. So that's why this weapon is high on the list, because it's really, really good for spamming one shots, acceleration after killing, and again, you kind of have to be close range because of that travel time, but doesn't matter, whatever, it's good. Next up is going to be Clockwork Guardian, and I'm kind of hesitant to put this on the list because of the fact that I don't actually have this weapon, and it's the first fixed delay. Actually, no, I don't think it's the first fixed delay. Actually, maybe, I don't know, but it has fixed delay. Basically, it's a sniper that is fixed delay, and the reason why it's on the list is because, again, it's a spamming sniper. So let me clarify that this sniper is for spamming because of its faster fire rate, kind of, and it's fixed delay. You're not going to use this with 3Cat. So in the realm of spamming snipers, this sniper is very, very good. Its base damage is, oh crap, I just lost it, 157. There we go. So even with level 10 modules or maybe level 9, it will one shot all the time, which is nice. Other than that though, it's gonna one shot quite a bit if you're in like pool party or very close range maps where people might have a slight damage taken to them. So it's just going to be pretty good, circumstantial, but yeah, and the gameplay in the background isn't mine. It was sent to me from JPG because, again, I don't have this weapon. So this weapon, I can understand if you guys don't want to be on this list, but I just figured I probably should mention it at least. Now, this weapon coming up now might surprise you guys to be this high on the list, but Dragon Bite has actually been like very, very good. I've been like spamming this weapon quite a bit recently, and it has not disappointed me. So what you guys may notice is it takes a long time to travel up, but Dragon Bite is a sniper that you do not have to charge all the way to one shot. I believe on average charging it about halfway will guarantee a one-shot body shot, which is nice, which makes this sniper really good for spamming. It's a spam sniper, let me clarify that, and it definitely does a very, very good job at just shredding players. So I feel like this weapon definitely deserves to be high on the list, and I love this weapon so much, dude, honestly. This weapon coming up also might surprise you guys, but next up is going to be Revolver Sniper Rifle. And I can understand if you guys don't agree with this. I'm kind of skeptical about it myself, but Revolver Sniper Rifle has a base damage of 143 and critical. And you guys are probably like, okay, well, that's not that good because it's just Sakura but with less ammo. But the really good thing about this weapon is the fact that it has no input delay, making it very, very versatile for your loadouts, 3Cat or whatever loadout setup you like. This weapon's gonna fit in a lot better than those other critical snipers we talked about, and so for that reason, I feel like you're gonna get way better performance from using this weapon than you will with other snipers. So I feel like that it's kind of justified to be this high, taking that into account. Next up's going to be Conductor of Souls, and I'm just going to kind of keep this nice and short because there's no real reason to talk a lot about this weapon. It's just a very high base damage sniper that can be pretty good for 3-cat and can one-shot more consistently than most of these snipers. Next up's going to be Exchanger, and essentially this weapon is just Clockwork Guardian, but with infinite ammo and no fixed delay. So if you wanted to use this with 3-cat, you could. So that's kind of nice, and it has really high damage. It will one-shot with X-bots, and it also has unlimited ammo. I personally would put this sniper into the spamming sniper category because I feel like with its high fire rate and infinite ammo, it's definitely a better sniper to spam with than to put in your 3-cat loadout. But at the same time, because its base damage is so high, you could put it in your 3-cat loadout. Number 3 is going to be Anniversary Anti-Champion Rifle, and this weapon's damage is kind of low compared to the ones we just talked about, only 151, but on top of that, it has no delay whatsoever. So for that reason, this is definitely a 3-cat sniper, and in the 3-cat realm of performance snipers, this sniper is going to be extremely good. No delay, meaning you can use it with whatever 3-cat weapons you want. It also has ricochet, which makes it easier to hit shots, and kill target explodes, which means you might get a rogue kill here and there, which is pretty nice. I absolutely love this weapon, and honestly, me personally, this is my favorite sniper in the game. But I know if I say this is number 1, the comments will flame me. Plus, I'll be honest, I feel like that these next 2 snipers I definitely get better performance with anyways. Number 2 is going to be Anti-Champion Rifle. This is the highest base damage sniper on this list, coming in at 169 damage. So if you're looking for a big puncher, this is definitely going to be it. On top of that, I'm pretty sure you can get this with 1,000 coupons right now. So if you're looking for an insanely high damage sniper for 3-cat, this is definitely going to be it. It has a really slow fire rate, so I definitely would not recommend this for a spamming sniper, but for 3-cat, it will be just another average sniper with extremely high damage. And coming in at number 1, I'm sure none of you guys saw this coming, Harsh Punisher. Yeah, this is essentially all the snipers we just talked about rolled up into one sniper. It has a base damage of 164, which is extremely high. I mean, the highest we just talked about was 169. In fact, you know what? I believe this is the second highest damage sniper on this list. So it is extremely high damage. This weapon and Anti-Champion Rifle are the only 2 that will one-shot with my level modules like all the time, which is super nice. On top of that, it has X-ray and no input delay, making it extremely good for 3-cat because you can switch from high damage weapons like Ultimatum or Thunderer directly to this one. So it's just gonna definitely perform way better than other snipers. On top of that, it also has a decent fire rate, so you could spam with it if you really wanted to. But that's definitely not what this weapon's for. It's definitely for the 3-cat meta, but it will just overperform so much. This weapon is so good. So yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap up the video there. Hopefully I didn't drag this video out too long. I definitely don't want to like try and make this video longer than it needs to be because that's just kind of boring. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button and also consider subscribing for more Pixel Gun top 20s from me. And yeah, I hope to see you guys all in the next top 20. Bye bye.